Alright, what's going on, guys? As you can see, 3 Dudes Review. This one is going to be awesome. We have a special show for you guys today, but I'm going to go ahead and let Mike announce what we're about to listen to.
Alright, yeah, so it was my week to pick, and I picked Human After All by the French duo Daft Punk. They are an electronic music group, 2 dudes. And this was released on March 14th of 2005, and it's a little bit different from their normal disco and grunge house. This is more of a rock dance mixture. It's 45 minutes long, and it has 10 tracks. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this one for the New Year's special. As you can see, we got the disco lights going on. We got the rave glasses on, so we're gonna go ahead and get this thing jumping off. This first track is called Human After All.
Alright, so that was Human After All. Mike, what'd you think of that one?
It's a dope track. I like it for the first track. You know, it's the title track. I like the guitars, man. You could already tell they're setting the tone with the dance mixed with rock, which is going to be a theme all the way throughout this one. I like it, man. It's a good way to start. A little bit too long for me, but you know, if I was DJing, I would probably cut it short, mix in the next track, you know. But no, it's a dope intro track.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the track was cool for an intro. You know, kind of almost sets the tone a little bit. Definitely not a song that I would, you know, if I was actually playing this, play it all the way through. Just because of how repetitive it starts to get. But, yeah, I mean, it gets me jumping, it gets me ready to party, so I think they did a W for that. So what do you think, Joe?
I like it. It is a repetitive song, but it's a good repetitive. It's clubby repetitive, and it could also be a good workout jam. It could be a good just cleaning song around the house, and just it's a nice song to keep you up and beat, motivated. Good stuff. I like it so far.
Nice.
Good song.
So we're moving in to the second song, and the second song is called...
Hold up.
Oh, well.
Glasses change.
So we are moving in to the second song, and it's going to be called The Prime Time of Your Life. That song was called The Prime Time of Your Life. I'll start it. Yeah, so a very slow entrance, okay. I was kind of waiting for them to switch it up, and it took a long time for things to start to change. But, I mean, if you're, I guess, at a rave, this song would be something where you kind of get into to, like, start getting, like, feeling it, you know?
Basically, you start tripping balls.
Yeah, you could trip to this one. But I mean, other than that, the song itself, to me, there wasn't too much substance there. It was a lot of like trippiness kind of thing, but like it didn't really like blossom the way that I wanted it to. Just kind of, even at the end of it, where they kind of switched the tempo up and then kept it going higher with BPM. Like, it was cool, but it just. It wasn't for me unless like I was, tripping or something. So that's what I thought. What'd you think of it though, Joe?
Noise.
Yeah.
It wasn't a real good track. Again, if I was tripping some balls, I'd be probably enjoying it.
I don't even think it would be good tripping.
Yeah, this would be like the scene in the movie where everybody's like flipping out, like
this is like a bad trip.
Yeah. I don't know what they were trying to do with this one, but it wasn't working for me.
Yeah, I don't like it. I feel like this was more of a skit than even a song.
Yeah, maybe. A 6-minute skit.
Yeah. Pretty annoying.
At least with a skit in a rap album, you get someone having sex or making fun of another rapper, but yeah, it's all good. You keep getting all the girls' classes.
I'm just picking glasses.
Nah,
I'm just picking glasses out, alright? Alright, I'm just picking glasses out.
He's getting in touch with his
stuff. No, I'm not.
I'm not going to hit on, I'd hit on Harley Quinn, but I'm just saying, I'm not going to hate on Harley Quinn.
Alright, so guys, we are moving on to the next track. And this one is called Robot Rock.
Oh, good jam.
That was a Robot Rock, and that was a fun one.
It was.
Joe, what'd you think of it?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. It It was a 10. It was a 10. That was a 10. That was our first 10 of the whole review.
Oh,
It
man.
was just a great, fun song. I was waiting for it to bust out in the eye of the tiger sometimes with a little bit of that dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Just a good, fun song. It made us feel good. I liked it.
Yep.
All right, I thought it was great as well. Very fun song, like definitely something that I feel like you could just when you listen to it, it's just like it's hard not to like get in the groove, man. It's really hard not to. I can definitely see this being a hit, like in the clubs and everything. Like it's just fun to get out there and just like dance to it, you know. So yeah, this one I definitely got to go with. This one's a banger for sure. 10 for me on this one. What'd you think?
I agree, man. I agree. This is probably the best, definitely the best track on here. Very good song, man. This is the song that made me want to do this review. I heard this on a commercial a couple weeks ago, and I was like, hold on. We got to do that one right there because that song is a hit. That just perfect mix of rock and dance. And them drums, man, crazy. Drums all together.
Intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you just want to love it.
Yeah, that was a good one right there. So next up,
Switch it up.
what do we got? We have, what is it, Steam Machine.
Steam Machine.
Let's get it.
Steam Machine.
Steamy.
That sounds like something Marilyn Manson would make. At
the end there.
Yeah. All right, so that was Steam Machine. Well, I'll go first.
Really?
Well, I'm sorry.
I don't want to go first.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah. So I thought that there was some cool things that going on. It took a while for it to really kick in, but once it did, it really sounded like straight up like I just thought of it some like old 90s classic like beat 'em up, like you're going around punching dudes, and like it just had that video game sound to it for sure to me. And then I thought it was unique, like throughout the song he was actually saying steam machines, but the way he was saying it, like what he did with his voice, I thought was really cool. It just added to the song. It was definitely repetitive to me, but all in all, I thought it was pretty cool. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I thought it was a good track. A little bit too long. For me, it's 520. What I think it says 522 on there. Yeah, just a little bit too long, but I do like what they did. Like, it's unique how they do their vocals because they're only saying two things, two words, but they make it sound interesting, So, yeah, I like the beat. Just think it was a little bit too long for me, but I thought it was pretty creative. I like how they had the those glitch effects in there, kind of like the DJ glitch effects that, yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. What do you think, Joe?
Double Dragon. That's all I could think of. Double Dragon or Mortal Kombat or something like that. That very heavily video game vibe on the song, but a good song. Repetitive, yes, but in a good way. The Steam Machine, when they would say it, made it sound like they were actually saying steam. Like, steam machine. Like it was letting off steam. That's what I picked up on it. Not a bad track at all. Good track. Not the greatest track, but not a bad track.
All right.
Yeah, everything's red now.
Wow. All right.
You got a heart.
All right.
So this next one is called Make Love.
Uh-oh.
And you got hearts on your eyes.
Oh, God.
And he's got hearts on
We
his
picked
glasses.
it perfectly.
All right. So that track was called Make Love.
I'll go first on this one.
Yeah, go first on this.
What is elevator music for 500, Alex? Yeah, it really made me feel like, those songs that you put on when you're trying to go to sleep at night? That's what it was. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It just was there. Like I'm shopping through Five Below or Target kind of music, not so much. I did find a great store though for the holidays. Never was in it before. Hobby Lobby. Have you ever been to a Hobby Lobby?
Yeah.
Hobby Lobby?
Yeah, I've been
I
to
thought
one.
it was like a chick's craft store. And Heidi took me to Hobby Lobby.
You get lost in
Oh
there,
my
right?
God, all the signs and stuff. If I would have been a single man prior to knowing about that, I would have been broke. I mean, there was some great artwork and stuff, but yeah, Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about Hobby Lobby. I should talk about the song. I should tell you how bad the song was.
What'd you think, Mike?
Yeah, I was expecting some vocals, man. I think it would have been decent with some vocals, but
Yeah.
it sounded like a good vocal track could have been on there. But yeah, it's just.
You need some Danny Boy.
No.
Oh yeah, Danny Boy would have killed it.
Yeah.
Danny Boy would have killed that track.
Yeah.
Let's make a remix.
Yeah, the Danny Boy love making.
Danny Boy is making love, bro.
Making love, Danny Boy.
Making love with Danny Boy.
Wow.
That actually sounds like an
fun.
album.
Oh,
Making love with Danny Boy.
So I thought that it was very I don't know, very not Daft Punkish. It just didn't sound like, it didn't even sound like full like electronic music. It just sounded like it's something that I would hear like in a store, you know, and was different to me. I just didn't really, I mean, it's cool. It was definitely more instrumental, but like it just, I don't know, it just doesn't fit when I think of Daft Punk. I don't think of that at all. Like that doesn't enter my mind. So I don't know. Like I said, I thought it was okay, but I could definitely keep it moving. So
well, Gage puts these things on at night to fall asleep, and they're this background music thing that are like 3 or 4 hours long on YouTube. That's what it sounded like to me. It's all done thinking like, you know, ocean sounds.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So we are moving into the next track, and this next track is called "The Brainwasher." Oh, wow, that is it. Wow. All right. So that one was called "The Brainwasher." Mike, what did you think of that one?
That was fire.
Yeah,
Flames were coming out of the speakers, man.
Woo!
Flames.
Okay.
Like that whole Iron Man flip.
Mm.
That was dope.
Okay.
And that track, it was perfect tempo. Yeah, I could listen to that again.
Oh, wow.
Definitely, man. That was a good one, man. I was pleasantly surprised by that one.
Wow.
Especially after the previous track. That was definitely a good comeback song. What
Well,
you guys think?
I mean, I thought it was alright. I didn't like love it. I definitely did, like you mentioned, the kind of Iron Man thing. Instead of saying I am Iron Man, he said I am the Brainwasher, and I thought that was kind of cool how he did it. But yeah, I mean, it's once again repetitive, but I think that it's like, once again, we're not in the subject of like we are at a club or we're at some big event where like everyone's just doing what they do, so I think that's where maybe I'd have been more in it. But I mean, yeah, it's definitely a track that'll get you kind of jumping and get you hyped up. But yeah, it's just kind of long to me and a little bit repetitive there. But what do you think, Joe?
Well, I'm trying to not put the repetitive thing into it so much, because as a techno EDM kind of album, that's what you're going to get into. I mean, there's not much variation in their songs. Are they good repetitive is what I'm looking at, and it is a good sound. It's definitely, I could see if I was at a festival or a club and everybody's jumping up and down and going crazy with it. Yes, I can visualize that with this. I also was visualizing another video game track from, I just had that video game sound. Was it fire? It was definitely good. I would put it in the fire category, but I definitely enjoyed it. If I'm working out or if I'm cleaning again in my house, I'll put this on. This keeps me upbeat and motivated. I dig that. So, yeah, another good track. A lot better than the last one. So, yeah, good track.
Cool.
He's magnificent.
Wow. Okay.
He's transitioning.
Yeah. BA transgender.
Okay. Anyways, all right. The next track is called "On Off."
Well, I guess we gotta review On
that's
Off.
it. That's
It
"On
was a
Off."
skit.
Yeah.
That shit was fire, bro.
Nah.
Best track.
On, turned
That's
on,
the
and then
best
it turned
track.
off.
Yeah,
Best
yeah.
23 seconds of my life.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That
all I
was
can
the
say
best
about
track
that.
we've
Yeah.
heard so far, bro. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
"On Off," man. That was a fast track.
That's a banger. Go
Should we
listen to
even,
that.
should we even, we should, I don't know, we changed our glasses for nothing.
No,
Yeah.
we're gonna keep it.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it for the next track. We're gonna keep it for the next track. Yeah.
On, off. It's on, it's off. Goodbye.
All right. Well, this next one is called "Television Rules the Nation."
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna change the channel. That's all I'm gonna say about that one.
You didn't like it at all?
Yeah. It was such a come down. Like, it was like it felt like a hangover after a couple of good jams. It was just, I mean, it was still better than the second song and that lovemaking song, but it just wasn't. It was just slow. It was repetitive and not in a fun way. And yeah, I just wasn't vibing with it. Just too. I don't know. Just not my cup of tea.
Alright. Yeah, I thought it was a slow build up. And then they came in with like the vocal of the television hallucination and then the bass line underneath that. And it, for a second was kind of cool to me. And then it just kind of kept going. So that kind of wore off. And then I was like, all right, well, you know, I'm ready for the song to end. But other than that, I mean, it had its little, you know.
If the song was like 2.5 minutes, it wouldn't have been bad. But it was almost 5 minutes, and it was just like after that 2.5 minute mark, it was like, all right, let's try something a little different on it, and it wasn't. It was just dun 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 television, hallucination.
Yeah, we know how it goes.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just saying, that's all it was.
That's all they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely way too repetitive, man. 2 minutes would have been good.
Yeah.
5 minutes, nah. But I know why they do it. You know, they do it for the mixing.
Yeah.
They do it live, so they would mix in another song by then.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, live, it might have been fire, or it might have been.
You gotta think about it that context. These songs aren't really made for sitting down and listening to them.
Yeah, I know. I get that. I get the repetitiveness as part of the whole vibe of the album in general. You know, I was saying while I was playing, some of these would be very interesting with visuals. Like what kind of videos or what kind of light shows would they be doing? Like I could envision while that song was playing them throwing on events that had happened on television throughout the decades, like, you know, everything from the Kennedy assassination, the moon landing, to the fall of the Berlin Wall, to 9/11, to dogs just running across the street, just all kind of history of television and how media covers it. That would have been very interesting as this song was playing, like a visual like that. But, you know, it's just as a standalone, it was just kind of like, all right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those glasses actually work on you, brother.
Bro, I make everything look good.
Look
Ah.
at this guy.
Jeez.
I make everything look good.
Jeez. This next track is called Technologic.
Yeah, all right.
Wow, that one was Technologic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, interesting song. I definitely, as soon as I heard it, I started thinking of Busta Rhymes, actually. Because he came out with a song called Touch It. And it was based off of this, so I thought that was really cool. Like, wow, I never realized that. So, yeah, the song itself, I liked it. It definitely wasn't more like get up and dance around to me, but we were actually had the awesome music video that went with it that we were watching, and to me, I think that with the music video, it went perfectly with the song. But yeah, I mean, to me, really cool. I like that it was a faster paced song, and it wasn't like, even though it was kind of monotonous, it wasn't bad at all. Like, you could definitely listen through it. And yeah, I thought it had a really cool premise to it. But what do you guys think, Joe?
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, like I was saying in the last thing, sometimes a visual can actually enhance the song. You know, like that's why music videos back in the day were such a big deal. If you had a great music video, you could take a song that was mediocre to above average, which I would say is about above average. It's not a great song, but it's not a horrible song at all. But the video kind of added to the flavor to it, and it made it more palatable. So, all in all, decent track, really good video, and right length of time for the repetitiveness. So, Yeah, you could tell this was something they were aiming for radio or mainstream a little more, with the length of the track and just kind of the vibe of the track and maybe some airplay on MTV or VH1 at the time. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think they could have shortened 2 or 3 more tracks and then added 1 or 2 more tracks to the whole project, and have it still be the same length, but have a couple more tracks like that, 3-minute tracks that aren't as boring to listen to, 5 minutes of the same repetitiveness. So, but yeah, it's a good track. I liked it. It's definitely the perfect 3-minute. It's in that 3-minute radio window, so that was definitely probably the radio track.
All right, well, guys, this is the last song, and it's called Emotion.
I have an emotion for that, regret and sadness.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Emotion, the final track on the album, and
Painful.
wow, yeah. Do you want to start off with this one, Joe?
Yeah.
Go in.
Yeah, so it's like, the greatest sex of your life, and then all of a sudden you can't bust the nut because for whatever reason it's just not there at the moment. And then she's staring at you like, what's the matter? Like, just get it over with. And you're like, I'm trying. And then you start lying to her, being like, listen, honey, it's just because the pussy's so good, it just doesn't want to stop. But in the back of your head, you're like, my God, let's get this shit over with so I can go to bed. Yeah, it was not good at all. It was 7 minutes of just, it was bad. It's not the worst track on the thing, but it's definitely bad. I think it's a shame. Last track of the year, man. We wanted to go out with a bang, and it's more like a bang to the head.
Yeah. Not good.
Do it be you want to...
well, all right, here. I'll go in. This song, for as long as the song was, now, I don't want to say it, but as long as the song was...
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, guys. Yo, this song was trash, alright? This song was trash, man. Yo, I'll keep it real with you guys. I get it, but it was almost 7 minutes long. Listen, I get it.
That's 5.5 minutes longer than you and Mike last.
Alright. Alright, that's not true. But anyways. The point of it is that that song was almost 7 minutes long, and I get it. There's not too much variation, but come on, it was just throughout the entire song. I mean, the whole sample was going on throughout the entire song. There needed to be something else that drew you in, and that something else was not there. I did want to almost start banging my head. It was that bad for me. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. If the song would have been 3 minutes of that, not trash. Song as long as it was of that, I gotta trash it. That song's trash to me. But go ahead, Mike. What'd you think about this one?
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was too long, obviously. It would have been a fine 2-minute track, 3-minute track, but that's just not a good way to end it, man. That was very disappointing.
It would have been a good transition track.
Yeah.
It was a minute long.
It would have been good 30 minutes ago, but at this point, it's just
that's not how you end a decent album.
No,
not at all.
No. All right, well, it is time to rate Couchwise. What are we looking at? How many couches are we going to give this album?
Let's go with Mike first, since it was his choice.
Out of 10 couches, I'm going to have to give this one... I'm going to give it a 6. 6 couches out of 10 couches.
It's not bad.
So that's like a small theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love your mask with the glasses.
Small theater size. Yeah, because I still want to be able to see.
Yeah, I mean...
Anyway, what do you think? What do you think about the
BA?
album?
Yeah.
Go BA.
Yeah.
Down the line.
Yeah. So I think that the album had a lot of high points. I think that the Robot Rock was the best song out of this album. That song definitely made me want to get up and dance and jump, actually. So, Yeah, that one was hot. Now, a lot of them, even though they were repetitive, I get it. It's kind of what's a little expected. But I think that I would have personally liked to heard on some of these songs that seemed repetitive, more variation, and not like complete switch up variation. It's just maybe like cut in like a different sound or instrument. It just needed it to keep you somewhat still involved, because I get it, like you're mixing these songs in a club, and I get that. So you're not really hearing 4 minutes of one song ever. But I mean, you gotta also take account of the listener, right? So like someone who does want to sit down and listen to your album and be like, all right, what is it? It would be nice to have just slightly more variation in the songs, so that the listener doesn't get fatigued of just one single sound over and over and over again. But other than that, yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at this album as in an album that I'm going to mix songs with, I mean, this album's awesome. I would actually give this album like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. But this is not like the album that I look like when I'm sitting down here listening to the album just to listen. No, this album is, I would give it, you know what? Yeah, I would give it probably like a 5 out of 10. Mainly just because, yeah, it had a couple good songs, but a lot of it just seemed very monotonous. Like, now, once again, it's hard to rate this because, once again, if I'm DJing this album, it's fire. It's like a 9 out of 10 to me if I'm DJing it. If I'm listening to it just to listen to it, it's not great. It's not like, it doesn't do anything for me almost. So, that's why I'm giving it the 5 out of 10 couches. So, what do you think, Joe?
Well, I think 3 of the tracks were trash. The second track, the love track, and the last track were trash.
So that would be a 7 out of 10. There's 10 tracks, right?
Well, yeah, well, that's
if you look at it. Let's look at it like that.
Well,
since there are 10 tracks.
I'm also, the Robot Rock is to me, is the first 10 I've given any song that we've done, and and then like there were some decent tracks. So I think I am going to give the album a 7. Could they have been a little more edited for time for the listener? Yeah. Could there have been like maybe a minute or 2 off of every track and then maybe another track added on? Sure. I agree with you, BA, on the fact that as a DJ, as a mixing tool, it would have been it's a nice way to do, yes.
Mm-hmm.
As a standalone, maybe not so much. Would I sit down and listen to this just to put it on? To me, this is something like you would listen to it while you're doing something.
Like driving.
Like driving.
Driving.
Driving music or cleaning or working out. Like that kind of like background stuff, So yeah, I'll give it a 7 because it wasn't the worst album we've done. Not the best. I still personally think Soundgarden was our best album so far. It was better than last week's album in different ways. It was better than some of the albums we reviewed in different ways. So I'll go with a 7. I can't give it a 5. I was a little surprised by your 5, actually.
Yeah.
But no, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. So you're saying that Death Row Christmas was better than this? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying Logic was better than this?
In pure listening standpoint, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
That's tough.
It's tough.
It is tough. I mean, I could have gone with a 6.
Compare different genres, though.
I was trying to take it more, like I said, if I was in one setting, this would be a different outcome. If I'm, like you said, DJing or at a club or, these are hard albums to rank because they're not meant to be, it's not a produced album to say, okay, it's going to tell a story, it's going to, have a bunch of radio hits. It's, what you're getting into when you get into them. The key is, are they enjoyable enough to listen to them even when they do get a little monotonous? And for the most part, some of them were. There were a couple that were just like, all right, get this shit out of here. But, yeah, no, I'll give it a 7 just as a creative, I guess 7 should work for me.
All right. So the overall ranking,
do we 6?
6? Yeah.
6, 7, 5, 6, 7. So
7. Average to 6 couches.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Six couches it is.
All right, let's take the glasses off, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Tell everybody a happy New Year.
Yeah. All right. I want to thank everybody for watching Three Dudes Review this year. We had such a great time reviewing these albums for you guys. Definitely check us out. Make sure you like and comment. And we want to thank all of our fans for watching these videos. We do this for you guys. So definitely keep checking us out. We're coming in 2021 with some new stuff for you guys. We hope you like it. What do you guys have to say?
Well, hey, everybody have a good New Year, healthy, safe. Hopefully we have a better 2021 than 2020. Yeah, you know, like and subscribe. Obviously, we love you guys, so love us back. And please send us some suggestions on what you want to hear in the future. We'll take a look at anything. And, you know, just, you know, we're going to come at you with some new albums soon. And also, we're working on a little Three Dude Review jingle. And we're also going to work on trying to make it a little more accessible for you to download our video content. We know there's another Three Dudes out there apparently, and we're gonna try to figure a way out to separate ourselves from the pack in a way, because we're better looking.
Jeez.
Start some beef.
Wow,
Hey,
yeah.
man, wrapping up 2020, man. It's only one way to go up from here, man. We've hit the rock bottom in 2020, so at least we could. At least we know it couldn't get much worse than this, you know.
Oh, don't say
2021. We'll see what happens.
If you smell what the dudes are cooking.
All right. Well, make sure once again you like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next year. Peace. That's a fun one.
It's got that creepy uncle vibe. Yeah. It's
Uncle
decent.
Lester over here.
Uncle Lester. Chester the molester.
Yeah.
Uncle Lester the molester.
Oh, God.
Anyway, alright, I should have
Jeez,
said that.
that's not cool, guys.
Yeah, let's edit that out.
No, we do not edit it. That is guy
If you were
talk.
the editor, man, we would probably be in a lot of trouble.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. The snowflakes of the world can suck up a joke
Oh,
every
boy.
once in a while.
Okay.